Well, everybody, we are back at the van. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what we've done so far in terms of the past week. I had Thursday, Friday off last week, as well as Monday, Tuesday. Had Ryan's help on Thursday. So what we did was on Wednesday night when I was able to when I got off of work. Picked up the van, went over, picked up Ryan, and we got some supplies for the work week, and I'm gonna show you what we did. We put in some of the pink stuff, which is the Owens Corning, Owens Corning R40 3/4 inch foam insulation pads. So we cut those out to shape, and a lot of it was just kind of freehand and using a tape measure and cutting it to fit into certain places. So we did that on Thursday pretty much. Ryan had to take off fairly early, so once we got those panels cut out, I kind of came back and went back through and foamed those in with the great stuff here. There we go. And this stuff's pretty cheap. It's about $5 a can or something like that. The foam insulation pads were, let's see, probably less than $20 a piece. I mean, it's great insulation. In here before that was the another kind of styrofoam pad. It was the like a 1/2 inch that was just in here. So we upped it a little bit. Gonna get a little bit better insulation, I think. So we got those in, and then I think it was Tuesday, and then we went with these 9x16s by 4x6 cedar planks. We originally had planned on using 1x3x8 studs, but they just didn't want to bend into the corners. As you can see here, you know, it's kind of, we got kind of an angle going on there, and I was able on the other side to do some, I was able to sync up one of the studs, but it took like probably 10 screws to get it in there. So went back, grabbed these were actually cheaper, but it's probably not the best building material for this, but I wasn't able to find anything thinner that would bend. So we kind of worked with that. What I've got down here is I cut those to kind of length, and then I've got a small bracket in here to hold that in place. It's also attached on the back side here, if I can get that to the angle, a little bit to the wheel well up here. So these are going to act as kind of our studs for getting the paneling on, and which brings us to the next progress that we've made. We actually have a wall, as you can see now. Very nice, right? I did that all by myself. We used 5mm underlayment in a 4x8 sheet. We did this because Ryan was a little leery about using 1/4 inch, which is usually what most people recommend. We did want to keep the weight down a little bit, and this stuff was really flexible, so I think it'll hold up well. Driving around, it didn't rattle around too much, so that's a good thing. Just kind of trimmed everything to length. I know I got kind of a little bit of a gouge up there, but we'll cover that up when we get to interior decorating, which may or may not happen by the time of this trip. So around the window itself, we've got some more of the great stuff in there to fill in the gaps. Unfortunately, it's with the 3/4 inch, it's kind of a little bit thicker than usual. So what we had back here was these bezels which went on the inside. I applied the pressure to the window to keep it in place, and those aren't quite syncing up. So I think what we're gonna do is, since we've already got it screwed into the bulkhead on the outside, this window's not really going anywhere. But on the inside here, I think we're gonna do some. We're gonna, of course, trim this out, but we'll put just some shims in and try to box it in as best as possible. and then I think we're just going to screw it into the interior. All this is going to be covered up, as you can see right down here, and I've got plenty more of these. But my mom, snowbirds for 4 or 5 months out of the year, she goes down about November. Came back and brought me back 6 of these Mexican serape blankets, and I was originally going to upholster whatever vehicle we got for this road trip, but that really didn't pan out, and as you can see, I've gone with something else. This is a Baja Bell seat cover. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use these, if we can try to get that in the wall, and see if we can kind of overlap them a little bit so they don't fray too much when we do cut off the excess. But I think we're going to use those to upholster our walls. I was planning on doing the fiberglass topper up here, but it just didn't really pan out. I don't know what we're going to do up here, but we'll try to get it bolstered up and get the Reflectix up, and then worry about getting it cleaned up a bit. That's about it so far. We got Ryan coming over. We're going to go pick up some more of the underlayment and try to get this wall knocked out today. I do have to work later today. It's I've got a closing shift, but it's a short closing shift, so I've got some time to work today. As you can see here, this is another point that I wanted to bring up. We did these panels out of aluminum in here, and what I've gone over with these with some waterproof foil tape, and we're still getting a little bit of a leak, which is kind of unfortunate, but I mean, on the exterior where they had the vents, we would have gotten a leak anyways. So we're gonna try to work out something, maybe like a Rubbermaid tub or something like that, and then have some drainage for when we get the dorm fridge in here too. So another problem that we're having is these the seals on the doors back here are just leaking like a sieve, so we got to replace those. That's about $30 per door. I'm gonna get those ordered out tomorrow, and hopefully we can get that in. And then we've got some flooring to put in. We'll hopefully get a video for that too. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and maybe I can add something on here at the end of the day. Alright, take care. Alright, we're back. This is the end of the day. This is the end of the project and what we've gotten done so far. Managed to run down, grab a couple more sheets of this underlayment down here, and fortunately we're able to get it pretty much in there. I'm gonna walk around real quick and open up the other door, get some more light in there. So there we go. As you can see, we kind of had a bit of an issue with that filler gap right in there. I'm going to have to trim out all that foam when it sets up. But it is in there. We've filled in behind there with some foam. Filled that up with some foam. Cutting those out where it was a bit of a pain, and we're probably going to have to go back in where that hose is sticking out and cut out the corner a little bit, round it off just so we can get in there. And, on this side we cut it into 2-foot panels to make the workload a little bit easier, but as Ryan pointed out, on this side it looks a little bit cleaner with just the 2 panels in there. It just fit in there a little bit better. The biggest issue with getting this one on was, though, is take that down for a second, but I tried to use as much material as I could. As you can see right back here in this corner, we kind of had that odd angle, so I had to cut out a template in cardboard and put that in there. Also had to round out those corners up there, and I'm not quite sure what to do with the rear. I'll show you from that other angle. As you can see, we got some big gaps there on the side, and they just kind of, they're awkward angles to work with. I don't know if the underlayment's going to get in there or not, so we're going to try to work with that. At the very least, we could probably make some cardboard templates, stick those in there, and leave them as is. We're going to possibly cover those up with those blankets then, and I mean, it'd be easier access to get back to the taillights too. So, and I've got some batting style insulation to put in there as well for my wife's project, which you can see in the background. So, but hopefully we can get Clayton out here sometime during the weekend. We can get the wiring back in and get that all snugged up for us, and then we can go back in, throw the insulation on here and get that all paneled up and be good to go. By the way, that's let's see if I can get it to just a little bit right there. That's probably the better of the two angles. That's what the original paneling was on the inside, and it's actually, I think, quite a bit thinner than what we even put in. So as you can see, it's just real kind of cheap. But yeah, it's pretty much it for today. So I'll catch you guys next week, and hopefully we have a little bit more informative video. Ryan's gonna run her down on Thursday since I have to work and try to get the exhaust issues fixed up, so always be a good thing. But you guys take care. Thanks for watching again.